All right, so I kind of went over this series a little bit on the intro section, talking about how the body detoxes, but I'm just going to go over it again, going over some different points. So basically, I tested this individual weekly because I wanted to see how quickly things would start moving in the body. I was told by the laboratory that produces this M&M analysis, the metals and minerals test, that these markers on the tissue level, the intracellular tissue level, really do not move very quickly. And they said usually things won't even change for about 3 weeks to a month. And I said, well, we'll see about that. So I just wanted to see. I wasn't, trying to prove them wrong, but I just wanted to see if things would move, in fact, and how quickly we could get movement with ZeoCharge. So the 73-year-old gentleman was taking 2 tablespoons of ZeoCharge per day, just all at once. And I tested him every single week for a month just to see what would happen. And this individual is not taking any other supplements. He's not a supplement guy. He doesn't really take any supplements or anything like that. But he's only taking ZeoCharge, and that's going to be important as we look at this. His immune system is calming down. It was a little bit overactive, and he did recently was fighting some sort of infection recently. So that could be potentially why he had a high level, because he is relatively healthy, doesn't seem to have a lot of autoimmune activity or anything. So he's a generally healthy guy, no health complaints at all, but he does have the mercury fillings in his mouth, which we'll see. So this is after 1 week, not a whole lot going on, but he actually is improving already just in 1 week, which is pretty good. Now we have the metals. Within 1 week, he's pushing out these metals, right? A lot of times it's taking months to years to get people to push out mercury that's been deeply stored there with other protocols. Sometimes it never leaves. I mean, even with ZeoCharge, we're getting it a lot of times in 1 month. Sometimes it takes a couple months to get it going, depending on how sick someone is. But since he is relatively healthy, his body's not really resisting it. He's pushing out mercury along with most of the other metals in 1 week, which was absolutely astounding, honestly. And once again, he's got the fillings, of course, a mouthful of those amalgam fillings, as so many people have. His vitamins are actually improved in 1 week. This is 1 week, all of this. I might have been saying month, but 1 week, he's getting improvement in vitamins. His metals are moving. Okay, moving on to week 2. So this was day 0 to 7. This was day 0 to 14. The metals are moving even more. So his body is continuing to release these metals from wherever they were stored in the body, most likely the brain, kidneys, liver, various organs. They're now coming out. They're ending up in the tissue of the hand, which is where you want them, because you'd rather have them in your hand than in your heart or wherever, I don't know if they're in the heart, but you'd rather have them in your hand than your brain or your kidneys or liver. And your hand is an excretion zone, so it means they're on the way out. That's what you want to see. So this is really good. And then look at his vitamins. They continue increasing. And he's not taking a vitamin D supplement. He's not taking a vitamin C supplement. He's not taking any of these supplements. He's not even going out in the sun. He's in the Midwest in the winter. But since the ZeoCharge is helping him so much with something, whether it's from getting some of those metals out or it's just reducing stress on the body in some other way, maybe it's binding to some excess histamine, maybe it's reducing some metabolic waste like ammonia, maybe it's mycotoxins. ZeoCharge helps with so many things that it's hard to say exactly what it's doing in each person, but it just has an incredible amount of benefits. It also helps reduce oxidative stress and free radical damage, reduce free radical formation. So just that alone will help increase vitamin status, because as your body is under oxidative stress and has excess free radicals, your body has to use a lot of extra vitamins to combat those, especially some of the antioxidant vitamins like vitamin C. But if the zeolite is helping take care of those things, his body can retain the vitamins better. So that's what we're seeing here. So this is after 2 weeks. We're seeing the body continuing. So we had week 1, the body's pushing out metals a little. Week 2, body's pushing out more metals. The vitamins are improving each time. Here's where, and then the immune system, right? It's calming down even more. We're getting great balancing of these minerals, just continuing to calm down in that bottom line. Then this is where things get interesting. He stopped detoxing from week 2 to 3. And you have to say, what the heck's going on here? We had things going up, everything's looking good. Vitamins are going up both times. Now we go here, his body stopped detoxing. So we say, well, what happened? So we go down, all of his vitamins started tanking. What's going on there? So then we look to the top. his immune system reactivated. So then we asked him, what the heck's going on? He didn't feel anything, but he said, well, my son was sick this last week and he was exposed to him. So although this gentleman did not get any symptoms, it is very likely that he was exposed to whatever, and his immune system, we can tell that his immune system was being challenged because these markers are increasing, especially this. And we can see that his body had to use up these vitamin reserves to fight something. And his body then stopped detoxing because it didn't want to use the energy on detox. It had to then use the energy to fight whatever was going on. So this just shows you the incredible nature of the human body and how detox really occurs. The body stops detoxing in order to fight the infection, and it worked because he never got sick. And that's why you're seeing a decrease in the metals. There's more in there because he had just started moving them up. He probably didn't get everything out in 2 weeks. So they're going down because he's still taking the ZeoCharge, so it's still grabbing onto metals. It's just that it's only removing the metals that are, were previously released or that are now in circulation or in some of the soft tissue, but it wasn't able to give his body enough energy to start continuing to dump metals. So then we go to the next week 3 to 4. And now once again, he's on the recovery, even though he never felt bad, but his immune system's calming down again. His body now again starts dumping metals, right? So we had metals going up, his body's releasing them, basically detox pathways opening, detox pathways continuing to open, detox pathways closed because detox takes energy. The body was now using this energy for something else. Now week 3 to 4, detox pathways opened again. The vitamin status is now going back up. So quick recovery. So that's, and this is all of this happened in a 1 month period, but it just shows you that it's really up to the body how quickly you're going to detox and if you're going to detox at all. So if you're battling a chronic condition, with a lot of microbial issues and your body's under a constant supply of stress, your body's not going to detox because it doesn't have the energy to do so. It's utilizing that energy for other things. So it's going to close off your detox pathways. At that point, you're only going to be able to remove the circulating levels of metals, but not get your body to the point where it's releasing the metals from deep storage, no matter what you take. So that's why the key is to take something that's going to be able to reduce a number of those stressors on the body to get your body to this point. And that's why ZeoCharge is such an effective detox agent, not just because it's going and grabbing to the metals and other toxic elements, but it's helping reduce the microbial burden. It's helping reduce excess histamine, ammonia, metabolic waste, microbial waste, etc. So a lot of times when you have these microbial issues, it's not the microbes necessarily that are causing the issues. It's the microbe waste products. So as the microbes are excreting waste, those waste products that are then stimulating an immune response, causing inflammation and poisoning your body. And when your body's in that constant state of inflammation, it's not going to detox. So the ZeoCharge is very effective at removing a lot of those toxic waste products and a number of other toxic waste products and mycotoxins and anything else that stimulates the immune system. As it removes those things, it calms the system down to the point where the body says, you know what? I don't have to fight all that other stuff anymore because ZeoCharge is coming in and helping me out. Now I can start spending energy on detox. And that's what we see with it. So it's just absolutely incredible. And this just shows you that not only does ZeoCharge help you detox, it helps you start detoxing right away, right when you take it. So there you have it.